Is this what the future of buying and selling homes looks like? My name is Dan Parker with the Best Life Home Team, your San Diego real estate resource. I'll be honest, this has been a wild couple of weeks. We have some unknown waters up ahead, and there are some major changes afoot. Bottom line for you is, how is this going to affect buying and selling homes in San Diego? Based on the headlines I've been seeing, I think you're going to be quite surprised with what's actually going to happen. So let's talk about what actually happened. There was a lawsuit with the National Association of Realtors against home sellers, talking about or claiming that the National Association of Realtors fixed prices and commissions from real estate agents and kept them artificially high. So the National Association of Realtors decided to settle, and there was a monetary payout. They agreed to no commissions being posted on the multiple listing services or the MLS. Now there is buyer representation that is required, and this is going to go into effect in summer of 2024. So this is happening very soon. The result that I've seen in the last couple of weeks has been a flurry of headlines and articles claiming everything from commissions are going to go away completely to 1 million real estate agents are going to leave the industry to the housing market is going to crash. I think really what's most evident here is this came about because there's pain in the marketplace. There's pain from the consumer. There's pain from potential home buyers and home sellers out there. Home values have increased nearly 50% in San Diego County in just the last 4 years. Inflation has been really challenging for the average American to handle, for everybody. I mean, we're feeling it. Everybody's been feeling it. And more potential buyers out there especially are seeing dreams of home ownership. They feel like it's starting to become unachievable, especially in an expensive place like San Diego. And because of this pain in the marketplace, real estate agents were an easy target to point to. Whether it's correct or not, it shows absolutely the importance for more transparency and evolution in how real estate transactions are done. And there's some good in that. And although these new rules need to be approved by the Department of Justice, there is an easy way to kind of break this down as far as how is this going to work. And here's the way I want you to think about it. Traditionally, we've had the seller and the listing agent working together. The listing agent asks for a specific commission amount from the seller, and they are going to offer a portion of that commission amount to the buyer's agent. So from the listing agent to the buyer's agent. And that was advertised in the multiple listing services, the MLS, but it also syndicates to Redfin, Zillow, all those other places. That can no longer happen. So now, instead of that being advertised upfront on the multiple listing services, if the buyer and buyer's agents would like for the seller to pay for that commission, they now need to negotiate directly with the seller instead of going to the listing agent. That's the easiest way to kind of think about how this is happening. It really kind of just begs a question. Is a seller going to be willing to pay for that buyer's agent, or is the seller going to have to pay their agent directly? Are buyer agents going to go away completely? How exactly is this going to work? Let me quickly show you some of the facts while analyzing some of the major headlines that I've seen this week. Now, this first headline I'm seeing the most common, which is that 6% commissions are gone. They're a thing of the past. And I'll start by saying it's extremely debatable that 6% commissions were ever any sort of standard in San Diego County. I would say they're fairly irregular. In fact, you can go directly to Redfin right now if you're watching this before these new rules take place, and you can see on Redfin what sellers are offering for buyer's agents. So this headline really is asking the question, are total commissions going to go down? So that's the question I want to answer here. Let's break this down into the two components. First is the listing agent compensation, the commission going to the listing agent to help sell that house, which likely isn't going to change. It's not going to change when these rules go into place because you still have the same thing happening. Nothing is really changing here for the listing agent. Same process in place. Listing agent goes to a seller, a potential seller. They tell them what their value is, the services they provide, and how much they charge for those services, which is completely negotiable as it's always been. And because that process is the same, I don't really see much changing here. I potentially see the possibility of some listing agents taking advantage of the situation and asking for more compensation than they had before, because without seeing that buyer agent compensation directly, they feel like they could be asking for more. And I hope this doesn't happen, but it's absolutely possible. It's important for the seller to know and understand or fully understand what's going on here and where those commissions are going to. And the second component is going to be the buyer agent commission. So this is the part that absolutely might change. But here's the truth is there's value in buyer's agents. Absolutely are some people out there that would disagree with me here. But for example, we work with a lot of first-time buyers. We work with VA buyers. We work with people relocating to San Diego. And if someone's looking to sell a house, they want to make sure that they get the maximum exposure. They get the most opportunities to bring in buyers and to bring in more offers to help bid that price up. So as a seller in any sort of market, you're going to be at a financially potentially disadvantaged situation if you don't at least anticipate or plan for the scenario where you might need to offer some commissions to a buyer's agent. And how much you offer or negotiate at that point is definitely where it starts to get interesting. There's no standard, so there could be more opportunities, more models, more options that will exist for both buyers and sellers in this scenario. And it will also be interesting to see how many buyers are going to show up unrepresented. At the end of the day, does it really matter if you pay out a buyer commission on one side and you compare that to an offer without that? But really what you're looking at is the net payout. How much are you actually going to profit from the sale of the house? That's what should be most impactful to you when you're selling your home. Headline number 2, the second headline I've been seeing is that this is going to make home prices drop. First, I think it's important to say that San Diego County had the highest appreciation out of any major metro across the US last year at 8.8% home appreciation. That breaks down to 0.733% increase in home appreciation every single month. And right now in 2024, seems like we are appreciating at least that fast, if not even maybe a little bit faster than that. So let's just say the critics are correct here, and overnight we see buyer agency completely removed. So that would put, let's say, 2 to 2.5% back on the table. Well, that doesn't mean home prices are going to drop by that much, because the seller is probably going to want some of that as well. So best case scenario, you'd see home values come down maybe 1 to 1.5%. if buyer agency went away completely tomorrow, which is extremely unlikely. So based on this appreciation, by the time we see these rules go into effect in mid-July, we're probably going to see homes appreciate roughly 3% by that time, which means if home values come down 1 to 1.5%, there's absolutely no point in waiting. If you're waiting for home prices to come down because of this ruling, it's just not going to happen. There's no doubt we have an affordability crisis. I know we want to see that come down. I would like to see homes become more affordable for the average American again, especially here in San Diego. But the problem isn't commissions. The problem isn't interest rates. We've seen that over the course of the last couple of years. Problem is inventory. The problem is new constructions. The new construction development has slowed down so much in the last 10 years that it hasn't kept up with demand. And so you can't put a Band-Aid, or you can't solve these other problems without getting to the root issue, which is the number of homes being built. That's how you truly impact home values and home prices and home affordability. Next headline I'm seeing is that 1 million real estate agents are going to leave the industry. Now, I don't think anyone is disagreeing that there are too many mediocre real estate agents out there, and the barrier to entry is too easy. Last year in San Diego County alone, there were fewer total number of homes sold than there were number of total real estate agents, which is a crazy statistic to think about. And in my eyes, it would be a net positive if this settlement forced professionalism and removed a significant portion of the part-time, inexperienced real estate professionals. The next headline I'm seeing is that Amazon, Zillow, and tech companies are going to take over and real estate agents are going to become obsolete. This is an industry that is prime for innovation. But let's be clear on one thing. This has always been an open marketplace with various price options for both buyers and sellers. There have been many tech companies and discount brokerages that have come and gone over the last 10 years and 15 years that have not succeeded in this market. And honestly, more people have gone to act full service professionals because of the level of service they were getting at discount brokerages and through tech companies, or trying to sell homes or on their own. So I don't want to be naive here, because anything could happen, but tech is not going to get rid of the good agents, the professional agents, the agents that help at a very, very high level, but it might get rid of some of the bad agents that don't provide much value. And again, I'm okay with that. When it comes to these headlines, we all know that the media likes to get clicks, which is something I've discussed on this channel for the last couple of years. And although there is a lot of misinformation out there, change is afoot. Buyers and sellers are going from feeling like there was somewhat of a standard commission to something that feels truly negotiable. And I think there's plenty of good in that for the consumer. So the question is, what exactly does this mean for you as a potential home buyer out there? Now, myself and my team, we've developed a brand new system to work with home buyers in this changing marketplace, this new marketplace. So you can reach out to me directly for more information on what that looks like, or you can book a discovery session, which is a free Zoom call where we can discuss all of this, what you're looking for, help you figure out the right neighborhoods, and just by clicking the link that I have down below. And if you're wondering how anybody can afford a home here in San Diego, I break it down right here with some unique and inventive opportunities to lower the total cost of your investment. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.